Hello traders, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Kingsley from Consistent Forex Trading with Kingsley. In today's video, I'm going to be bringing to us one of the most powerful strategies in which I use based on pure price action. In this strategy, I've tested it in many trades and I've discovered that it gives a very high win rate. I'm going to explain to you how you can take trades based on it. No matter the market you are trading, you can use the strategy as far as it is pure price action. So before we continue, I would like to appreciate everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I would like to appreciate all of you for your support. I would like to appreciate you for watching my videos, for giving me thumbs up, for sharing the videos, all your comments that are useful to me. So I'm grateful. I appreciate you guys for all of that, because it actually encouraged me to make more videos in the future. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you a strategy in which I've been using. Let's head on to the strategy. One of my most powerful strategies in which I use, one of the 4 strategies in which I use. So this is a live trade that I've taken based on the strategy that I'm about to show you. So in this strategy, you are going to see how I enter the trade, the conditions in which I consider before entering a trade based on the strategy. All right, as you can see from this video, you can see that this strategy is based on pure price action. And like I said in the other videos, that pure price action, you can use it in any market. So don't pay attention to whichever pair I'm using to demonstrate, because you can use it in trading any market and any pair. Price actions remains the same. So in this video, you are going to see that here price was in an uptrend. In this situation, it is a little bit of a reversal strategy. So what happens is that price forms higher highs and higher lows, like in this situation. So it comes in situation where it forms a higher high, as you can see here. It comes back and then reaches this zone, goes up, and then seemingly it breaks the higher high, as you can see here. So when it breaks the higher highs, what happens is that most people go into buying, and then all of a sudden you see a bearish candle. It engulfs and comes back, closes inside this zone. That is, it breaks back the higher highs and then closes inside the zone. So when that happens, in most cases the price is likely going to move back right down to this zone. So like I said, this is a strategy I've tested multiple times, and it has a very high win rate of above 60%, 65% to 70%. So you can see that what would warrant the entry is that in this situation, you see that there was another trend line that I drew from a higher perspective. This is a trend line that I drew here, and this trend line came and then reached this zone exactly. So what happened is that we saw a break here, but price went up and then reached a higher trend line, and then the trend line pushed price down. And in another view, you can see that this zone up here was a resistance zone. So you can see that here there was resistance around this zone here. Okay, so if you are going even to a higher time frame, you are going to see what I'm talking about. So if I'm taking us to the H4 time frame, you see that zone where price had broken the zone, but it has not broken completely, because there was another resistance zone just above the higher high. So in those cases, you have to be vigilant. Like here, for instance, you can see this is it. This is a resistance zone up here. All right, so if you had done the analysis in a bigger time frame, you can see from this horizontal line that I dropped, this zone, this area, there's a resistance around here, as you can see. So you see that quite all right, it has broken this zone here. It has broken the higher high here, the previous higher high here, but coming up here, this was another resistance zone. So in most cases, people will just see that this higher high has been broken. They'll just buy without checking if there was a another zone, a resistance zone or a support zone if it is in a down trend. So you see that from this higher resistance zone, I understood that there can be a possible pullback. So I now wait for a candlestick to close back below the higher high. When that happens, we go for a direct entry. So that's why you can see that here I enter the trade and I'm almost, the price is almost hitting my target. We can go on. I can show you other pairs, and I'm going to show you how this same strategy.
So you can see this is another example. And it's still a live trade that I've taken. So you can see that I'm already winning. So it's still based on this strategy. So you can see here that in this situation, price was in a downtrend, forming lower lows and lower highs. You see that it was forming lower lows and lower highs. So when it forms a lower low, it comes and breaks the lower low, comes from another lower low, it breaks it. So it makes the trend to continue downward. So until when it reached here, it formed this low, it reversed back, came back, then broke the lower low here. You can see that it broke the lower low here. This red candle here, this bearish candle closed below this zone down here. All right, so what happened is that the next candle was a bullish candle. It instead closed back up here. So what I did is that I took my entry here. So I entered here, and you can see that I'm already in profit. So like I said, when you enter in this situation, you place your stop loss below the low of the candles. So your TP can be here. This is a resistance zone or somewhere up here. So you can see, you always pick, let me pick up my rectangle and I just sketch it out so that you can see better. So that's how I usually do. I just pick it up and make sure that I sketch out the zone so that I should be clear if the lower low has been broken. So normally some people will take the trades just when it has faced a resistance here in this lower low, but I always want it to break down before I take a trade. All right, so I make sure that it breaks the zone down so that it should give information. So you can see from there, you can see that if you are using this analysis, you see that there are long wicks down here. You only see long wicks if you are using this pattern. So let's see here, this is the low. So you see that here it happened that this red candle closed below. So my rule of entry is that I make sure that the candle close below in the case of a downtrend and close above. And what happened if the next candle closes up here, I enter. So you can see we are already in profit. So that's how powerful the strategy is, guys.
Well, let's do a little bit of back testing and some of the setups. So this is jump 75, guys. As you can see here, this is the same thing that happened. This is another example. As you can see here that it works more with a double top pattern. So you see that it forms a high, comes back, goes, and then breaks the high. You see that this candle close above this high. All right, when it close above this high now, you see that people who had marked out this zone to be the higher high, the highest zone, they might have been taking buys order here. But what happens is that the next candle closed below the zone. You see it closed below this high here. When it close below this high, we take our trade. So you take our trade here. Our TP can be below this zone, can be around here, or you look for a support zone around here. When you enter here, what's good with this trade is that when you take this kind of setup, your stop loss don't necessarily need to be too far. You can just enter here, you place your stop loss just above this zone, and then your TP should be somewhere down here. All right, so you can see how powerful the strategy is. I said if you are taking these trades, you are taking trades based on this strategy, you can have a high win rate. All right, meaning that a high win rate doesn't mean that you are 100% right every time. So when you are taking trades, always place your stop loss. All right, so you have seen the strategy I've bring to you guys. The strategy has like I said in the beginning, it has a very high win rate. So when they say strategy has a high win rate, it means that if you are taking 10 trades, for instance, you can win, let me say, 6 or 7 of the trades in which you take. So you have about 65 to 70% win rate. So there's no strategy in which it has 100% win rate. That's the problem with traders. People are looking for strategies that they will win every single trade they take. which is not possible in trading. So when you are trading, you always make sure that you cut down your losses. All right, you are taking a trade, you know that the strategy has a 70%, a 60% win rate, but you are taking a random trade. You don't know if this will be the losing trade, this will be the winning trade. So you just have to be cautious. You always make sure that you place your stop loss, all right, so that in case it becomes a losing trade, you cut down the loss. So many people allow losing trades to run, and then they instead cut down their winning trades. That's why you see people trading and then they have a high win rate, but they are not profitable. You can win 7 trades even in a row, but you can come and take one losing trade. You can place one losing trade, and if you don't close the trade, it might chop up all your profits, and then you discover that at the end you are a loser, even though you have a high win rate. So the problem with many traders is not because they don't have a good strategy, it's because of their mentality. Always know that anything can happen. So in summary, I'm saying that always cut down your losses and allow winning trades to run, so that if you have a win rate of just 50%, you are going to be profitable. You always use at least a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio, meaning that if you are losing $10, if you are risking $10 per trade, you should be taking $20 for that trade, meaning that if your stop loss size is $10, let your take profit size be at least $10 upward. Let me say from $20 upward. The key to consistency is just be patient, as you can see, and you take just good setups. Don't take every setup you see, and then you see that you'll be consistent in the long run. Thank you for watching. Please, if you are new to the channel, subscribe, click on the like button, click on the notification bell, so that whenever I post a new video, you'll be notified. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.